Hey, I think we should start a podcast.
You're a podcast! What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of You're a Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Austin Kassler, and this is my lovely wife.
Hi, I'm Faith.
I don't know why.
Mad weird, dude.
I don't know why I said the intro like it was like a warm up to like sketch comedy or
sounded like
improv.
Like a robot or something, like Max Headroom.
Like what?
Max Headroom. Isn't that his name?
I don't know.
It's from the 80s. Remember in Back to the Future when he goes to the future and he's at the like retro 80s cafe and there's a robot guy and he's like his head's all fucking weird and then you must buy coffee, you must, and the guy comes into do you remember this?
I do.
The blonde guy that's got the glasses on is Max Headroom.
Oh, and Eminem did like a thing with it in Rap God.
Yeah. He sounded like that.
Okay. What was that from originally? Was it from
a TV show?
Oh, it was a whole TV show?
That's what my mom told me. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Because I remember asking my mom about it back when I first watched Back to the Future. Great movies.
Obviously.
I love Back to the Future. And I asked her, like, what the fuck's with this dude? And she's like, oh, that's Max Headroom. I was like, okay.
Max Headroom.
If you say so.
What a name.
I don't know for sure if that's his name. It's Max Head something or another. Probably Headroom, if I'm remembering right. But I don't know. But yeah. Back to the Future is dope.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that make DeLoreans cool.
Yeah, otherwise they're like an okay car.
I mean, I always hear they're like shit from people.
I heard they break down a lot and they didn't make a lot of the parts because they didn't make a lot of the cars. So they're
Was that
like
supposed to make it like fancier? Who made them? GMC?
I think so.
I feel like I just can see the GMC logo when I close my eyes and think of Back to the Future.
I think you're right. I think it is GMC. If I had to guess, GMC.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
The
it was
cat's
just
coming in. Hi, Willow.
Otherwise, it was just the company DeLorean. Would be my guess, but that doesn't seem likely.
No. Would you get a DeLorean?
If it was free.
It was like super crazy cheap, but
yeah,
not free. It was like $200.
Honestly, if it was $200, it's probably on blocks, and I don't want it. Like,
let's just say, for the sake of argument, that it was working.
If it was like pristine, ran, everything was good, and some guy was like, "I'm fleeing the country, just give me $200."
Yeah.
Then yeah, I would do that.
But it'd be expensive to fix.
Yeah, but I would mostly just buy it because if someone's trying to get out of the country that bad, somebody's been murdered in that car, and it makes it kind of interesting.
More interesting than a Back to the Future car.
Yeah, I would pay. I would pay the $200.
The fancy Back to the Future, like Nikes. And like get out of your car with a vest on. It'll be like a whole thing. It'll be a vibe.
Those shoes are like $25,000.
Yeah, but it'll be a vibe.
Yeah.
That's what you'll spend your car money on. Is the shoes.
Yeah, I paid a shoe amount for the car, and so then I get to pay a car amount for the shoes.
Exactly.
I like your style.
Think
okay.
like me.
I want to change my answer. Yes.
I'll get
Final
you a puffy
answer.
vest.
The what?
I'll get you a puffy vest.
Yeah.
So you're not cold when you're sleeping in the car because we're divorced from you spending $25,000 on shoes.
You just said. But I'll tell you, I spent $25,000 on the DeLorean and $200 on the shoes.
Okay.
All right, that'll just make you feel better.
I mean, $25,000 on a shitty car is still a lot, but
but we can pretend to go back in time.
That's true. We'll have to get some like fucking LED lights to make a flux capacitor.
Do you ever think that?
I think a lot about Back to the Future.
Do you ever think that like props in movies, like they seem so like nice and put together, but then like really in the background they're just like, oh yeah, it's plexiglass and LED strips.
Yeah.
Like
no, they're for sure crap most of the
time. Yeah, they just kind of threw it together.
Just gotta, I don't know. I just feel like when you watch like special effects or like, you know, the features, the special features. It's always like, oh, we found we can make this because, and it's like something totally random, or like those fucking Foley guys, you know, that make the sound effects for movies, and they're just like, oh, I heard, you know, a fucking shoe falling in water, and I thought it sounded like this, and it's like not at all what it is.
No,
it's never what it is.
The sound stuff is always so interesting to me, just because it's exactly that. Like, you know, the laser beams from Star Wars are like a pissed off crow. Like,
yeah,
you know,
so weird.
Yeah.
Would you be a Foley person if you could?
Is the Foley person the sound?
They call them, Foley guys, I think is what they call them.
I don't know that I'd be good at it.
I think it'd be fun to just like walk weird on things to make noises.
Yeah, it would be weird.
I think it'd be neat.
There was this Comedy Central skit that they did where it was like the guy that he was the volley guy for pornos, and he's just like mashing fruit together.
It's wet sounding.
It's really funny.
It's like peaches.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, we're gonna have to isolate that for sure.
That's what my porn noise is, obviously. It's very wet.
Yeah, that's just whenever you text me, that's gonna be your tone.
Dope.
But I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be weird.
You think they'd have like all the sounds they could need at this point in movie making history? How long have they had Foley people? Who knows?
I don't know. They, you know, maybe they got a movie and they're like, oh, we're going to the inside of a cell phone because shit's crazy in there. And then they're like, okay, well, what does an iPhone jack sound like? We don't know. When you're like that small and it's like that big, what does it sound like?
Ka-chug.
I think it maybe sounds like like two ships running into each other. Is this just all that
good
metal
noise?
Yeah.
Why aren't like the real sounds good enough though? Like, why isn't rain good enough to be rain?
It's not loud enough.
Yeah, because you know, like whenever you see movies, were we watching something? I think we were watching the like GQ, you know, like experts or whatever.
Those are good. We got hooked on those. We watched them for like 4 hours one day.
We still have to catch up on some.
Those were good.
If you don't know what we're talking about, on GQ's YouTube channel, they have like experts review movie things. We watched Survivor Man reviewing like Survivor movies. And we watched this fucking animal guy who just like laid down some goddamn knowledge about animals.
Like, people is like in real life riding around ostriches. I thought that was just a movie thing.
Yeah, apparently you could just ride ostriches. Who knew? Apparently it's really only feasible as a child because as a grown human you could fall off, but if you're small people.
Well, and you know, ostriches probably don't want to carry your 250-pound ass around.
No, probably not. But you know, it does make me think in like Avatar, those little things that the Earth people ride around on are like big old ostriches.
Yeah.
But like with weird horse heads and teeth.
That was a weird. I've got to watch that movie again because it was so good, and I haven't watched it in a long. What?
Avatar the cartoon.
Oh, Avatar the cartoon. I thought you were talking about Avatar the movie.
No, not the blue people. The Lost Airbenders. The Earthbender people have like the fucking ostriches they ride around.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
Those
I know.
Are weird.
I have only I saw Avatar twice in theaters, like back to back pretty much, because somebody paid for my ticket.
You remember when that came out, like how obsessed people were?
Yes. I also remember the first time I went to go see it, it was so crowded that I went with the same people both times also.
Did you?
Yeah.
Weird.
Because the first time we had wanted to see it in 3D and we had to sit too close. You know, 3D doesn't work too close. So the second time, we tried to get there early, still had to sit like the first row of the 3D, so it still fucking sucked.
Really?
Yeah, it was lame.
Who'd you go with? Because
depending, shout people out.
The what?
I'm gonna shout people out.
No, I'm just wondering because depending on who you went with defines how early is.
What?
Because you were like, for the second one, we went early.
Oh, no,
And
we didn't go early. I went with Becca and Keo and TJ and someone else.
Okay. Keo is very punctual.
Keo and his mom took us.
Oh, and she is more punctual.
Yeah, did you ever go anywhere with them? She always had fucking those movie ticket coupons.
Yeah, Keo's
was
mom.
dope. Yeah.
Keo's mom kicks ass.
Yeah, Keo kicks ass too.
That's true. Shout out to Keo. What's up, boy?
Woo! But yeah, and then I remember because the second time we saw it, we like remembered they were all doing that weird dance thing at the tree, and we like all put our arms out and we're like doing it in the theater. It was interesting.
You were doing it in the theater?
Doing it. Whoa. No, we didn't ever do it as a group.
Scandalous. It was a full movie theater.
Well, I done it with you.
That's true.
Yeah.
I've only ever done it. We traded.
Tradesies.
We're tradesies.
But yeah, Avatar: The Blue People. People are getting upset now because Avatar: The Blue People sequel got pushed back again.
I mean, you can't do nothing. COVID's got them.
Okay, but people aren't even upset about that. They're like, you fuckers have kept us waiting for like how long?
Well, you can't work
13
on
years.
it. It's not their fault.
They could have been working on it this whole time.
Listen, it took them so long to make the first
long.
one just because you didn't know about it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
And also, technology's been a changing pretty quick these days. They probably made most of a movie and we're like, oh shit, now it's gonna look like ass. We've got to make it again.
I think that happened with the first one too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that much about it, but I do know that Avatar the cartoon is better.
Avatar the cartoon is pretty damn rad.
It's better.
Avatar
the movie that the Avatar cartoon's based on sucks balls.
Oh yeah, that was.
Then they used a bunch of white people, which is just racist.
God, what a fucking hot shit that was.
Yeah, not great.
Yeah, I love that they tried to be like, this is how you actually pronounce their names. And it's like, it's not like you're doing an adaptation of a book where you can just like interpret how pronunciation's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's a fucking cartoon. They say their names.
I mean, it's like how J.K. Rowling says Voldemort is Voldemort, like the T's silent.
And just everybody says it wrong.
And everybody just says it wrong. But in the movie, they say Voldemort, so that's not anybody's fault.
I think maybe that was a choice from J.K. Rowling to be like, listen.
It's a French name.
Yep.
That's
People
why.
are going to be kind of upset.
Probably. Who
If
knows?
everyone starts. And we're going to create a bunch of pretentious assholes who go around, and it's going to separate the Potterheads into those who say Voldemort and those who say Voldemort.
Probably the French say Voldemort. Who knows?
Possible. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't speak French, so I wouldn't know.
Me neither. It's supposed to mean like flight of death or something bougie like that. Of course, it's just interpreted.
Yeah.
It's a made-up word.
Voldemort's a bougie bitch.
He is kind of bougie, and he's not even the worst person in that whole series.
Isn't that weird that, like, he's the ultimate villain, and I'm sorry, I realized I didn't turn my phone off.
Yeah, I know, I heard it.
He's like the ultimate baddie. He came back from the dead to take the world over. Like, that's pretty extreme. And he's still not the most hated character in that story.
Well, he's kind of like a Charles Manson type. Not that Manson wasn't hated, but like he just convinces people to do the killing. He kills a lot of people.
He kills a lot of people.
Not as many as the people that he convinces. And Dolores Umbridge sucks the most.
Dolores Umbridge is a raging cunt.
And he's not even the coolest bad guy because Bellatrix Lestrange is the coolest bad guy.
Yeah, she's crazy. And just in the movie, like, so well portrayed.
Yeah.
What's her...
HBC?
Helena Bonham Carter. That's what it is. I knew it was something fucking crazy. She does a good job in that.
Yeah, I've actually been kind of like getting hyped to read Harry Potter again. You know, like it's that coming to that time of year. I've been reading my Outlander books. I'm on, God, I don't know, the fourth one now. Losing track of them. There's so many. I'm on the fourth one, and I keep just like thinking about Harry Potter for some reason. I'm like, God, this book's gonna take forever if I keep thinking about Harry Potter. So then I'm gonna read Harry Potter after this because we're supposed to go somewhere. So I'm not gonna lug fucking 3 Harry Potter books around because the first 3 are short.
Yeah.
I would have to read this really fast and read the first 3 fucking faster than I've read them since I didn't have to work. Because I used to be able to knock those out in like 3 days, just one a day.
Well, yeah, but you weren't really doing anything.
Yeah, now I can't do that because I'm a grown up.
Yeah, you were going to school, and that shit doesn't matter. So
yeah, I was going to school and I was reading Harry Potter.
Yeah.
At school. Yeah. That's what matters most.
I think the thing that I've used the most that I gained from going to school is telling stupid stories of shit that I did in school.
Yeah.
Like there was one time in my life where I was like, "Oh, this is algebra. I'm doing algebra."
Whoa.
One time. Like ever.
Like after school? You mean?
After school. It was actually in my current job, there's a lot of math
Yeah.
that I do. But they teach you the math that you need to do. And
Sometimes I just try and do math problems just so I don't forget how.
you do?
Not like a lot. I'll just be like, like when I do the mathematics for like what we should pay for our bills and stuff, I'm like, what's this minus 60? It's easy math, but I'm like, I'm going to forget how to like subtract if I don't fucking do math.
Oh, so you mean like figuring out like tips and stuff?
Yeah, just like little
Okay.
things. Just like randomly at work, I'll be like, what's this?
Yeah. No, so like with some of the stuff that I do at my work, it's like a lot of figuring out where the money is, moving it, and taking like how much your discount is versus how much your upgrade is. And so like I basically like started breaking everything down to try to like visualize it.
Sure.
And I just all of a sudden I was looking at an algebra problem and I was like, what the fuck? This is ridiculous.
Yeah. And like every once in a while on Facebook, you'll see those stupid math problems that like, it's always like, this means it's a 10 or whatever, like a shoe is 5.
Yeah. And nobody can agree on what PEMDAS is.
Yes, exactly. That's the fucking problem is that nobody agrees on what PEMDAS is.
Yeah. Yep.
The one important thing that we ever learned in math class is PEMDAS.
Yeah, it's the one thing that's stuck. It's like the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
Exactly.
Who knows
the
why?
mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
Yeah.
I
Who
know
knows
that.
why those two things stuck? I don't know.
They really drill it in for some reason. Like nothing else matters.
Yeah, I remember doing like a cell project.
I remember
and it being a
making
lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, like doing the inside of the cell, and it was like made out of like paper and.
Yes, I made mine out of a styrofoam half ball and clay bits.
Ooh.
Yes, that was
I
fancy.
did. I remember doing it with like construction paper.
Yeah,
it
you made
was-
the weavy wavies.
Yeah, it was all different colors, and you could do the weavy wavies and like the
Wasn't the
curlies.
mitochondria the weavy wavy part?
I forget.
I feel like it was
I
the
don't
weavy
remember what it looks like. I just remember that it's the powerhouse of the cell.
Do you remember in?
And also, you're the powerhouse of the cell.
Oh,
There you go.
I'm a mitochondria. Yeah. Is our house the cell?
Yeah, I guess it is. All right.
Whoa! Science rules.
Wow. Bill Nye is
Bill Nye,
right.
the science guy. Bill
Bill.
Nye, the science guy. Bill Nye, the science guy.
Dude, I remember in science class, anytime that got turned on, fucking science class got lit. It was everyone's
so
like, Bill,
good.
Bill. Everybody went nuts for it.
Bill rocks, dude.
Dude, Bill does rock. He still rocks. He's still
Still
putting
rocks.
out shit that's cool.
Yeah, people keep wanting him to run for president. And I'm like, I don't know about that noise, but I liked his science. I don't think he should be president. I just like to listen to him.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a snarky ass.
Yeah.
Because people do like that, like Ask Bill on like Twitter, and they'll tweet like their science questions, and he's always like, "Did you ever watch anything I've ever made? Why asking stupid questions, bro?"
Right? Yeah.
It's like a lot.
No, I don't think. What's your take on celebrities running for president? Because there's a lot of talk about The Rock and Oprah running.
What?
Have you not heard this? People want Oprah to run for president and The Rock to
trust
be her
Oprah.
VP. Huh?
I don't trust Oprah. The Rock might be a good.
Really? You don't trust Oprah?
Oprah's up to some shit.
You don't trust Oprah?
Oprah's up to some shit. She's sneaky.
I don't think so, dude.
I think so.
I don't think so.
I think so. I wouldn't be surprised to find out she's in some shit. That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
She's too rich. Rich
she's
people are always in shit.
really rich, but she also grew up hood. Like,
Yeah.
I think that she does what she can to stay out of some shit.
I don't know. I saw this interview of her talking about like how like pedophilia is not that bad because like the kids enjoy it. Like when you're 7 and somebody touches your penis, you're gonna come. It
What?
feels good. And I was like, Oprah, you are digging yourself a hole, bitch.
Ugh.
I don't trust Oprah. She's cool though. She donated a lot of stuff. She gave a school or whatever, like great memes came out of that.
I didn't hear that. That's crazy.
But The Rock seems cool.
Yeah. Well, because there's like a whole thing about her being like molested as a kid.
Yeah.
So like.
But maybe that's like firsthand experience. I don't know. Also, people like to accuse her of being like friends with Epstein or whatever, but that's beside the point. All the rich people were.
Listen, I think at that, if you're that level of rich in that time period, you met Epstein. Yeah. Whether or not you were friends, there's some people who obviously were in some shady shit. Yeah. Like they went and stayed with him after he had been accused of, pedophilia and running a sex ring and like all that stuff. And they went and just like chilled with him. And they were like, it was a convenient place to stay. It was a convenient
I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, it was a convenient place to stay if you were trying to have sex with some kids.
I did not sleep with that girl. Our president's a pedophile too, but that's okay, I guess.
Yeah.
And he's in love with his daughter, and his wife is a porn star. But that's beside the point. Whatever. She can be a porn star. I have no problem with porn stars. Good for you, lady. Yeah. More power to you. Having sex for money.
It is weird that she's now in such a position. She's not in a position of power.
Have you heard anything she's doing? Who knows? Usually, like the first ladies have some kind of like fucking project, like Dare or like Michelle Obama was trying to make us all not fat.
Yeah.
What's she doing?
Who knows?
Trying to love her husband. I guess it's hard.
She's trying to figure out how to leave.
Right. My take on celebrity presidents.
Yeah. What is it? Good, bad? Because I think at this point I don't love it. But
Reagan was supposedly a good president.
That's what I'm saying. Reagan was. I haven't done a ton of research or anything.
I've been to the Ronald Reagan Presidential Museum twice.
I know. So
not by choice, but I was hanging out with friends.
Yeah, I know that he did a lot of good stuff, and he had to make a lot of tough decisions.
He did the whole Mr. Gorbachev tear down this wall.
Exactly.
That was
dope. And then he negotiated the Cuban Missile Crisis, right?
Fuck if I know.
I think.
I don't know. Don't quote us, guys.
It was around that same time period, so.
Possible.
Yeah, or this could be another Disneyland situation. Who knows?
Could be, but I can't correct him on this one because I don't.
Yeah. So he ended up being pretty good, but like our current one was a celebrity, and now it's just a big pile of shit.
Reality TV star and celebrity are two different things.
Yeah.
I don't think reality TV stars are celebrities, but I think they're like B or C list celebrities at best.
Yeah, I agree.
A list celebrities, I don't know. I don't know about celebrities. Now I'm like, it's like 50-50. If the celebrities that have been president, one was apparently good. We don't know too much based on the mild research and knowledge that we have of Reagan. Seemed like a decent guy. He did the Gorbachev wall thing. That was cool.
You went to the Ronald Reagan Museum. Like, I remember you went like every year.
Twice. I went twice.
You went twice?
Twice.
Maybe it was just back to back.
There was back to back years.
Okay. Like, man, you went twice, and that's the only thing you know about him.
It's the coolest thing about him. It's the coolest thing he ever said. And he almost got assassinated. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Okay, so you do know a little bit.
I went inside of his Air Force One plane, though. That was cool.
Pretty cool. Okay. I was just going to say, you've been to his museum twice, and the only thing you know about him is Mr. Gorbachev tear down that wall.
Bro, it's the coolest thing that ever happened.
Yeah, I'm just saying, though.
Yeah, no.
Like...
So if you only went to like 2 classes for something, you're expected to remember everything? It was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, but if you watch 4 episodes of Bill Nye the Science Guy and the only thing you remember is the intro.
Pretty much.
Nah, dude. I remember
something about volcanoes.
Yeah, volcanoes. I remember him teaching me about tectonic plates. Yeah. I remember him teaching me how sweat works.
Oh, sweat. Gross.
Because they were like, because like when you're running, you get hot and you're like,
drippy.
Sweat because I'm hot. So like it's from hot. And they're like, no, it cools you down. And they did all science stuff. Show you how it works. And then
I guess it depends on the president. I wish we had a qualified president. There you go. If you're a qualified celebrity that's not a dumbass, then yeah, sure, why not run for president?
Yeah.
But like...
Kanye?
No, but that's because he needs to be medicated properly. I don't want a crazy person as my president. certifiably actually crazy, not just in theory crazy like our current president. Everybody, we all know, but we don't know officially. Kanye is, but that's fine. He just should take his medicine.
Yeah, I just don't think that I could watch a presidential speech that at some point he goes like, "Hey."
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It would depend on that. If the celebrity decides to run and they have a good platform, whatever, I don't care. Okay. I'm not going to vote for them because they're a celebrity. I'm like, oh my God, The Rock, I love you.
I feel like there are so many people who would vote just based on that premise. So it would
But that's not why I don't vote for people based on party either. Like, no. I'm mostly a Democrat. I'm mostly,
lean Democrat, but...
Yeah. But if a Republican made a good argument, like, I don't think the party system matters. If we voted independent before, so, like... We wasted our vote, whatever, guys. It's because the two-party system's broken.
The two-party system's so fucking stupid. Like, to think that every single person can be categorized into one of two groups of anything, We
just, pins them against each other.
Yeah. We thought we had a pretty...
we don't agree with that.
Yeah, we thought we had a pretty good run with categorizing people into either boys or girls, and that didn't even last.
Nope. It's not true.
Because it's not. So
I mean, like, scientifically, genetically, it is, but feelings and like identifying is different.
You could be one, the other, or both, or in between kind of situation, and then however you identify,
be who you are
socially.
Yeah,
whatever.
We had a fair.
We did. It was fun.
It was very fun. Austin threw a fair. Okay, so I had an idea.
Yeah.
Last month. I said we should have a fair themed day. I just wanted to eat junk food and watch fucking Grease and The Sandlot and summery type movies, We've never seen Jaws and we don't support, the idea behind it. And it's a scary movie apparently. But, a bunch of sharks got killed after, so we don't want to watch Jaws even though it's like a popular summertime movie. And then Austin
I just don't think it
crazy.
Aged well either.
No, it probably hasn't aged well, but lots of things don't. I'm watching fucking How I Met Your Mother right now, and I'm like, damn. Can't make these jokes now. It's like in Friends when they called Monica fat, and they kept making jokes about how she's like as big as a fucking sofa, and I'm like, bitch, she's like slightly overweight.
Yeah, she was like not even that fat. They should have made her like gigantic if they were gonna make all those fat jokes.
Yeah. What other shows don't age well?
Baywatch, I don't think.
Slow motion boobies.
I mean, slow motion boobies age well, but as far as like PC culture, probably not.
Yeah, that's true.
What
Ugly
else?
Betty.
Ugly Betty.
Calling her ugly.
Nah, I think they
that's
went in.
That's a good show, though. Have you watched it?
No.
That's good.
I feel like they went into that knowing what they were doing.
Yeah.
A
lot of SNL sketches.
Yeah, a lot of SNL actors.
Yes.
Didn't age well.
Literally and in comedy.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think because there's like so much to kind of run through. We talked about it the last episode. A lot of the cartoons that we watched growing up did not age well.
Yeah, like Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, like Johnny Bravo. Fucking hilarious. Not for kids.
No, not really. Anyway, so we threw a fair.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had the idea and Austin got too excited and does what Austins do.
Okay, listen. You had the idea and you were like, we should have a fair themed day because it's COVID. No fairs are happening.
And fairs are the best. Okay, the second best part of summer because swimming is the best part of summer.
Yeah, so fairs are amazing. Faith loves fairs. It's her favorite thing. We don't go to the local fair because it's stupid. It's the Lane County Fair. We call it the Lame County Fair.
Lame. We haven't been in a couple years, so maybe it's gotten better. But before it was just like crappy food, 2 tiny rides, that fucking as seen on TV shit, and not even that many things.
Yeah.
And then like 3 booths that would tell me I was gonna go to hell.
Yeah,
I don't need you to tell me. I already know.
The ratio was way off.
Yeah, it was not great. But when we first moved here, Lane County was a smaller place, so maybe it's cooler now. It also originally was only for like 2 days. Now they've extended it to like 4 days.
Wow.
But I'm just used to like the OC fair lasts for like months.
The OC fair is amazing.
And it's also the best.
It's so good. We never went to the LA County Fair.
It's the same fair.
It's the
I
same
hear
fair,
it's a little bit bigger.
It's got to be on a bigger scale because
I hear this Texas State Fair is like...
Dude.
The fucking fair.
Dude. We gotta go. We got to go. Got to go. I've heard, shit goes down. That and another one. I think it's like, I want to say it's like the Wyoming State Fair.
I know there's another state fair somewhere in the middle states that is like
maybe Missouri.
Fuck, I know.
And they got shit going on. They got crazy.
Maybe it's Michigan. Where's Milwaukee? Minnesota?
I think Minnesota.
I think it's Minnesota State Fair.
Let me see. Milwaukee.
We're not, is Milwaukee a capital? Because if it's not, I shouldn't know where it is. I know it's a tool.
Milwaukee is a city in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, so it must be Wisconsin because they like cheese. That would make sense also. Fried cheese is such a fair thing.
Dude,
Do you think they actually like cheese or it's just like a thing now? Just like a cliche.
The what?
Cliche. Do you think it's just a cliche that Wisconsin's like fair, like cheese?
From my understanding, there's a lot of dairy farms. And
what was that stupid girl say in Wipeout? We're not your typical cliche of blondes.
Oh, yeah.
It's cliche, bitch.
I remember that episode. We used to get down on Wipeout, right?
Wipeout's a great show.
That was great. They have like a similar type show coming out. I forget what it's called, but they basically like it's the same thing where you like start off on like a huge water slide. And it's kind of basically Wipeout. Anyways, we
just had a fair.
Oh, right. Okay.
A lot of dairy farms in Wisconsin, is what you were saying also.
So we had a fair. Faith had this idea like a month ago. She's like, let's have a fair. And in my mind, I was like, oh, Faith loves fairs. It's like the thing that she looks forward to every summer. She loves fairs so much. So
it's true. Hate people, love fairs.
She hates people.
Watching is great.
Loves people watching, which we actually we go to fairs and really the only thing that we spend money on is the petting zoo.
Next, I like to feed them.
Yep.
They're so cute.
Maybe. By the way, I tried to get you a petting zoo.
I'm sure you did.
I did. They did not respond to me, and from what I could find online, they were too expensive.
Yeah. Austin goes too big sometimes, guys.
What would you have done if you had shown up and there was a petting zoo in the backyard?
I don't know if I would have been happy or mad at you for spending so much money.
Well, okay, so listen, my budget was slightly increased for this fair. So, Faith loves fairs. She wanted to go so bad. All the fairs are canceled. The Lane County Fair, the Oregon State Fair, the Oregon Country Fair, all the fairs that Faith loves are canceled. And she was real upset. So she had this idea to have like a fair themed day where we just like watch movies and eat food.
Yeah, I just wanted some fucking fried Oreos and cookies and junk food because I only have like one cheat day a month.
Yeah.
Where I eat sugar.
Because I knew Faith was so upset about not going to the fairs, I took it kind of to the extreme.
Austin went way too far.
Besides the petting zoo, which I couldn't get. Next time. So I was like setting all this stuff up. I got like a little shooting range gallery thing. I bought a pellet gun. I had like the glass jars with different colored things, and you threw ping pong balls at it. We didn't
win fish though, thank God.
Yeah, we didn't do the fish because I didn't want
need that noise.
Take care of no damn fish. And we had like cans and we threw tennis balls at them.
My mom always talks about this fish she won at a fair and just like never took care of it and it just lived for like so long. She doesn't even clean the tank.
I've heard
just, like in there.
I've heard of that sometimes.
Scary.
Yeah.
Fish are a commitment.
GMO fish.
I guess.
And what else did we have? Oh, we had balloons and we threw darts at them to pop them.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did good at that. Actually.
We did good at that. That was
way
fun.
better than we've ever done at a fair.
We should just do that more because that was fun.
Maybe the darts at the fairs aren't as sharp.
Maybe. We'll bring our own darts.
Real darts. Because the darts they have at the fairs are like the plastic ones, so they're not as heavy either. They don't have as much like force behind them.
You got to really get it.
Gotta
But
really
also
fucking throw it.
the dart game at the fair, it's like if you pop one balloon, you win an eraser. If you pop two balloons, you win a pencil. If you pop three balloons, like you have the more balloons you pop,
And if
the
you
better
pop
prize
all
you
the
get.
balloons, you win a stuffed animal.
Well, yeah, but you have to spend like $100 just to get the right amount of darts.
That's why I don't play fair games.
Yeah.
They're a fucking ripoff. The only thing that you really get your money's worth and more than your money's worth is that fucking thing where you have to shoot the star out and you can win like a fucking bike or like a guitar.
If you can do it, it's hard.
Yeah, if you can do it. Not a lot of people can. We know some people that can.
I've gotten really close, but I've never done it.
But otherwise, you're spending like $20 on a shitty ass stuffed animal. Mm-hmm. Like real shitty, like fucking like styrofoam beans in there.
Yeah.
Not even cool.
So I ended up just going to like Walmart and looking like back in like the kids' toys area that like, they're not like labeled with anything specific. They're not particularly fun, exciting toys.
Yeah.
Or like shitty toys. They're just kind of like
exciting.
Cheap. What?
Some of them were exciting.
Yeah. But so like they were anywhere between $1 and $10. The most expensive one that I bought was $10 for prizes. And I did look up like bulk fair prizes. I didn't buy them because I would have to like minimum spend like $100, $130. And then we'd have like 60 stuffed animals.
Not good.
But they're like 75 cents to like, I think like the really huge ones are like $20.
Yeah, it's ridiculous the amount of money you have to spend on these things to like win something shitty. I guess like at fairs though, you do get pity prizes. But anyway, so Austin planned this whole freaking fair.
Yeah, because you know what they say, fair games, they're not.
They're not.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're a fair.
Oh.
That means you're fun.
I thought you said you're not fair.
I said you're a fair.
Oh.
Which sounds like a fair, which you haven't had.
No.
I hope.
Anyways.
You are a fair.
Yeah. So then the creme de la creme, the cherry on top, the piece de resistance. I got Faith a bouncy house.
Yes.
Big old bouncy house with a slide.
And through all this planning of his, he, one, forgot what the original plan was to just be lazy, and two, forgot I hate surprises.
Yeah, that was something. It was the night before, and I was like, I was trying to like figure out how to get all of this done without Faith noticing, and then I was like, what are you thinking? Faith hates surprises. Like, just tell her what you're planning.
Unless you just want to be disappointed by my reaction, then you can surprise me.
Yeah. I did, when I told you about the bouncy house, I did record your reaction.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh yeah, this is why you don't do surprises.
That's right.
But I started telling you about like the stuff that we had planned, and you started getting like overwhelmed.
It's too much.
And just like not into it.
That's what happens. You gotta do lots of little surprises. See how excited I got when you got me ice cream sandwiches?
I did. I surprised you with ice cream sandwiches.
So excited.
Very excited.
So excited.
I surprised
love ice cream
you.
Sandwiches.
I surprised you with a cup.
Yeah. You surprised me with the best fair ever commemorative cup.
And
I almost cried. It was so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And you surprised me with prizes. I didn't know there was going to be prizes. Mm-hmm. And I got a cute teddy bear with a half a smile.
Yep. I saw this teddy bear, and he has like this little smirk. And I said, Faith will like this. That was the $10 one.
Yeah, I figured.
He was the big prize.
He's a big boy. He's cute. But it was super fun, even though you overwhelmed me. Also, we had a water balloon fight.
Yeah,
which I haven't had in a long time.
Dude, water balloon fights they're fun, but water balloons are always stupid. They never
blow them
pop
up. Like,
on you.
You just gotta really overfill them, but then they're so hard to tie. That's why you need that stupid fucking wasteful ass balloon filler thing.
Yeah, the balloon automatic balloon filler upper doodad.
Great plan, but who's actually putting new balloons on that to reuse it? So it's just a big ass waste of plastic.
Who
it's
knows?
Wasteful. And what's tying them closed? Are there little cinchers on there, little rubber bands? There's more plastic.
I think that they're like, you put the balloon on, right? Mm-hmm. Over the nozzle, and then you tie it off like on the side or something?
No.
So that way it's like in, but it's tied, and then when it fills up, it goes.
No, I think you're wrong.
I think you're wrong.
It's possible. I do think there's like little, I feel like I've seen like little things, like little black things that are like on there, and there's like, they're automatically attached, you know, it comes attached to the first time you buy it. And I believe you can buy just balloons to reattach it, but nobody's doing that. And you turn it on, and it fills up, and the little straws start to separate, and then you like shake it, and it just pops all the balloons off, and they're just like tied.
I don't know.
Magic. But it is a waste of plastic.
Yeah, definitely. But efficient.
Great plan.
Outrageously efficient.
Brilliant, really. Because that's the worst part about water balloons fights, is filling up the balloons.
Yeah, it's a lot of prep.
Eventually, you're just going to get cups of water and hoses and things. That's always how it's like it disintegrates into that.
They dumped a cooler on me.
I did.
Yeah. Like I was a coach and we just won the game.
Awesome.
All
You
down
were
my
coach.
back.
Coach of the fair.
Yeah. Put me in, coach.
Into the bouncy
Into
house.
the bouncy house.
Bounce, bounce, bounce. Bounce, pogo, 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 pogo.
That was I got the bouncy house because that was like the closest thing to a fair ride that I could get.
Yeah, we don't usually go on fair rides, though. We go with that little fucking ski lift.
Yeah.
Drop my pin.
The what?
I dropped my pin.
That sometimes we go on like the spinny, twisty deals. Not very often. The
No.
bumper cars, we've been known to do that.
When you were like a kid, what was your favorite fair ride?
Bumper cars.
Bumper cars?
I loved me the bumper cars. Just because you could purposely run into people.
Yeah, bumper cars are cool, but the little sparky thing scared me.
Oh, I like that.
I thought it was cool too, but I was like afraid that it would like set my hair on fire.
Really?
I don't know why.
Yeah, I was not concerned about that.
My favorite thing was the UFO that spins super fast.
Ooh, those are cool too. Because the inside one, like you're talking about, the UFO had because the outside one just has the straight up and downs.
Yeah.
The UFO one has like little slants, and they'll up.
Yeah.
And it's cool.
Yeah, I used to like the UFO one, but I've been on it like once as an adult. Very nauseating.
Really? Yeah. Well,
It's
your
a
stomach's
lot.
not so good now.
No, my stomach's never been great, but it's extra not good these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I used to like love that fair ride, but I didn't really go on a whole lot of fair rides. Even as a kid, we did like the fun house and stuff like that, but like not much else. It was mostly just to go and people watch. That's probably why I like it. Didn't play a lot of games. Like we didn't have money. We just like had, because you know at the OC fair you'd like bring a can of food and you'll get in free. So like we just bring a can of food and go.
Yeah. No, that's we never really spent a ton of money. We spent a lot of money on food. 'Cause that was always the big draw. I always want the big honking corn dog, which Faith got me by going to Sonic, and she got 2 corn dogs and stuck the one corn dog into the lower corn dog.
Yeah,
and
I
it
should have
made
gotten
one big
3
corn
though,
dog.
because that's the right length. 3 would have been a proper full size corn dog.
It's all right. I appreciate what you did for it.
The effort behind it. It's the thought that counts.
Definitely.
You're a corn dog.
Oh, so sweet.
Just because you like corn dogs.
I do.
And you're corny.
Can be. And I'm a dog.
Dog catcher.
Dog catcher. Do the dog catcher. Why must I be like that? Why must I chase the cat? Nothing but the dog in me. Nothing but the dog in me.
Exactly.
Good song. Banger.
It's weird.
Banger.
Banger.
Faith, where can they find you?
They can find me on that Instagram
Oh.
at I wish I could tag Faith. That's all one word.
Damn.
It's all lowercase, although I don't know if that matters on Instagram. And you can find us podcast-like on Instagram and Twitter at Your Podcast. If you look up on Facebook, Your Podcast, spaced out like you would, and that's YOURE. You are a podcast. We're also on YouTube, and we always share our links on Facebook and Twitter. So that's where it's easiest to find where to listen.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
And you can find me on the Instagrams at Austin J. Castler. Just the letter J squeezed in between Austin Castler. And on the Facebooks, just regular Austin Castler.